today I'm going to make the salmon pasta. Before I tell you what the ingredients are, I'm just going to put my pan on the heat, just so that I want that pan to be slightly warm when I start cooking the process. For this, I've created some fish stock, some olive oil, 2 cherry tomatoes I've cut in half. I've got salmon, offcuts of salmon which I've just cubed nicely. I've got my portion of pasta, my chopped onions, I've got some butter, fish spice, parmesan cheese, some chopped parsley and some garlic, and last of all I've got my pepper mill that I'll use at the end. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for my pan here to heat up. Once that's heated, I'm sure it's fine now, I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil. To that I'm going to add my onions. To that I'm going to add my butter. Butter, again, as I said earlier, just brings out the flavor nicely. To that I'm going to add my garlic. I just want to bring out the flavor of the garlic, I don't want to burn it. To that now I'm going to add my portion of noodles. The reason I add my noodles before I do my salmon is because the salmon is a delicate fish and I don't want it to break and overcook. So all I want to do is I just want to get my noodles slightly warm. To that I'm just going to add my fish stock. The fish stock I made beforehand, I just took the salmon bones in the morning, I put them in a pot with a little bit of onion and I just brought it to the boil. 10 minutes later I strained it off and I have my fish stock. We will provide a recipe on WTC for you to make the fish stock, so very easy. Okay, once I've allowed my noodles just to cook through a little bit, I now add my salmon. One of the most important ingredients I didn't show you, and that's why I'm not Jamie Oliver cooking on his TV shows. I omitted my most important ingredient is some fresh cream. Luckily I've got a good backup team here, my editor is working with me, so we're able to remember the ingredients. Further to that, I'm now going to add my cream. I'm just going to allow that now to come to the boil. I'm going to reduce that down a little bit, and then the pasta dish will be seasoned and it will be ready. Okay, we've allowed the cream and the fish stock to reduce, so we're getting a nice consistency on our pasta. We're just going to finish off the dish now. We're simply going to add our cherry tomatoes, our chopped parsley, and our parmesan cheese. I'm going to add a little bit of the fish spice and a few turns of black pepper. We're just going to stir it up nicely. As you can notice, the salmon has stayed in nice pieces, the pasta is nicely thick, the soup, it's not a soup consistency, it's a nice sauce consistency in the pan. We're simply going to, into one of our CTFM soup plates, I'm simply just going to spoon it out of just to get the most of it out. As you can see, I'm being very select to leave a lot of the salmon and tomatoes behind. The reason for that is the customer wants to see what's in his dish. So he's going to see some tomatoes, some pasta. I'm simply going to finish it off with a bit of sprinkled parsley. That's our salmon pasta.